Good day, class. How are you today? I hope you're all feeling good. I am Miss I, your teacher for today. I welcome you all to General Physics 1. Today's lesson is about conversion of units, and it follows the most essential learning competencies of DEPED for week 1, and that is to solve measurement and problems involving conversion of units and expression of measurements in scientific notation. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to be able to convert one unit to another. Before we start class, let me introduce to you first what is physics. Okay, so physics is a branch of science that deals with matter and energy and their interactions. And physics is actually an experimental science. So as an experimental science, physicists use experiments to measure their hypotheses. And conclusions from experiments are derived through measurements. And what is this measurement? It is the process of finding the length, size, or quantity of a substance. And since ancient times, people have used several ways to measure length. Length is a physical quantity. So other examples of this are mass, or distance, or temperature. So these are physical quantities that has to be measured with respect to some fixed quantity or a reference standard. A fixed quantity with respect to which a physical quantity is measured is called a unit. So unit is the standard of measurement, okay, used as a standard of measurement. In early times, people used different body parts like handspan, cubit, and fathom to measure length. So example of this, like the handspan is the distance between the tip of the thumb and the tip of the little finger of a fully stretched hand. So that one handspan. Cubit is the distance between the tip of the middle finger to your elbow. So this is 1 cubit. Diba? Fathom is the length of one outstretched arms. Now, imagine if you are small or you are too big, isn't it that our sizes would also vary? So, how can we make a standard measurement if different person and people have different sizes, right? So, because of that, we use the standard units of measurements. So the standard units of measurements have a fixed quantity and they do not vary from one person and place to place, and these are called again standard units. So for the sake of uniformity, scientists all over the world have adopted a common set of units. This system is called the International System of Units, or the SI units. The adoption of SI units in 1960 made it easier for scientists of different countries to communicate their results to one another. So now we have the standard units of measurement. So for example, for the length, our SI unit is meter. So some common standard units of length that we use are inches or inch, millimeter, centimeter, and kilometer. So these are now standards, okay? And as standard units, they have their own, they have their respective conversions. So here is the list of some equivalent unit used in conversion. We have English to English system. Example, 1 feet or 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. 1 yard is equivalent to 36 inches. We also have metric to metric conversions, metric systems, okay? 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. And we also have metric to English or vice versa. Metric 2.54 centimeters is equivalent to 1 inch in the English system. 4.45 Newton is also equivalent to 1 pound. So what is conversion of units? It is the process of transforming the physical quantity into another physical quantity of the equivalent unit. So for examples, converting kilometer to meter, milligram to gram. How do we convert units? So for example, What is the equivalent of 10 hours to seconds? So let us solve this. So how to convert this problem? What is the equivalent of 10 hours to seconds? So first step is to find the given unit. So your given unit is the 10 hours. So you have to identify your given unit 10 hours. Then the next is to determine the unit equivalent. What's the equivalent units? So we are to solve for the desired unit of seconds. So the unit equivalent for that is in 1 hour you have 60 minutes, and then in 1 minute you have 60 seconds. So we have to convert the 10 hours to seconds. Okay, then the last step is to solve for the desired units. So again, this is our problem. What is the equivalent of 10 hours to seconds? So our solution for this, first is the desired unit, right? So your desired unit is 10 hours. Okay, then you have here times, you're going to write here your unit equivalent. So we have here in 1 hour. So take note that for us to cancel, we need to have the desired unit should be the last unit that must be left. So here, if we have the R here, then the R unit must be cancelled. So if it is here on the numerator, then the next it must be here in the denominator so that we can cancel. So again, 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, that's 60 minutes. So that this time here we can cancel the R, right? Then we still have the minute unit left, times. So what's again the conversion of minute to seconds? In 1 minute there are 60 seconds. Okay, so we can cancel minute and minute. Why can't we write minute here in the numerator? Like I will write, for example, but this is not the correct solution. How about if we write in 1 minute, for example, 1 minute there are 60 seconds. Okay, 1 minute 60 seconds. So this is wrong. Okay, this one's wrong. Why? Because we cannot cancel the minute. The minute here is in the numerator. For that to be cancelled, it must be here again in the denominator. So if we are going to write it here, then your minute is already here, and then minute also in the numerator, so we cannot cancel that out. So this one is wrong. Okay, so let's not follow this, but we proceed here. So what is 10 times 60 times 60? The answer is 60 times 60 is 3,600 times 10. That will give you 36,000, right? So meaning to say there are 36,000 seconds. Okay, diba? Sorry for my penmanship using this pen here, but this is the answer. It's 36,000 seconds. So 10 hours is equivalent to 36,000 seconds.
Thank you for watching and for listening, class. I hope that you learned something today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me or to contact me on my social media accounts as you see flash on the screen. See you on my next video lesson. Until then, bye for now!